You are now listening to About That Business, hosted by Rom Wills. Rom Wills is an entrepreneur and personal coach who has helped people reach their fullest potential personally and professionally. Take it away, Rom.
Welcome to Rom Wills About That Business, expanding to live events. You know what? And this is a little bit more personal, right? But one of the things I want to do in 2019 is do more live stuff. You know, I just, for people who really follow me, they know I did a recent interview on camera with Warren Lance, otherwise known as the Pimp God, right? And, you know, that was fun. We showed the video and everything. But when I say live events, I don't mean something that's streamed on Hangouts or something or streamed. I mean something where you have an audience, you have a crowd of people, you can have some back and forth. You know, I want to do more stuff because, and I'm going to tell you what, there's just a market for stuff where people get to meet each other. Because despite everybody going, you know, people doing online dating and stuff, I'm making a prediction now. It's going to get old. Because you got too much catfishing. People ain't really getting what they want. And the reality is only a small percent. You're talking maybe 20% of people actually find what they're looking for. And, you know, you have so many people with their heads in phones and everything, even at events. I was at an event this past weekend, and the number of people sitting at a table together with their head in the phone is incredible. But things go in cycles. At some point, I don't know when it's going to really take hold, but at some point, people are going to be like, you know, I want to interact with somebody in the real world. And I mean, you still have events like that, but I think you're going to have more of them. You know, and I'm thinking in terms of stuff that where, you know, people can meet each other. People can talk and interact with each other. Because it's a different vibe. Like using an online dating example. You know, you can meet somebody online, but really, you just really going off how good they look. And some secondarily, if their profile sounds interesting. And very few people can write an interesting profile, so basically you going off a picture. But then the problem with that is, okay, you might swipe. I don't even know which way to swipe. I don't have Tinder or do any of that stuff. But you might not pick the person based on the look. Okay, fine. But hypothetically, you meet that same person at a public event. One, you get to see their whole body. And you know that makes a difference. Two, you get to smell them. Two, you get to interact. Now, it might just be, you might look at someone's picture and not feel anything, but then when you interact, the way they look in your eyes, you know, the way they smile when they see you, you know, the way they smell, that makes a big difference that you might not have picked them in front of something. Trust me, it makes a big difference. Like, you know, for any of the, you know, the 2 or 3 women that listen to this channel, you might look up and see a guy like online or something and not think anything, but you see him in public and you realize, oh, wait a minute, he's taller. Oh, yeah, he got a good vibe to him. Oh, man, his voice sounds good. It makes a big difference. Oh, man, he smells good. Y'all know how y'all like that, right? So it makes a big difference. And, you know, you want to do not just, and it don't just have to be, you know, like for dating. You know, you could have like some professional stuff. Get a bunch of people, have some type of conference, you know, or have some type of seminar. It could be a real estate seminar. It could be one on how to podcast. How to create something, or it could just be a convention, how to meet each other. You know, it could be anything. It could be anything. But that's one of the things I want to do because, you know, in general, when you're in business, if it depends on the business you're in, you always want to expand. Now, the type of business I'm in is ultimately about information. It's about information. It's about sharing knowledge. It's about sharing wisdom. So I'm thinking in terms of, all right, how can I expand my presentation of that information? Like the podcasts are great, can reach all over the world. The videos are great, can reach all over the world. Books can reach most of the world, right? But there's something about when you're interacting with a person right there. It's a different type of energy. All right. So I'm gonna be doing more of that. And, just anybody, just in general, any type of business you have, always think about, how can I expand this? And you need to be thinking in terms of constant expansion. Because, and I've talked about this before, sometimes if you get too stuck in a certain way, if you get too stuck and something happens, all of a sudden you're not ready to adapt. You always got to think evolution. So, me expanding to live events, that's the evolution. So anyway, that's it for now. Let's go make that money.